Some of the rallies are even happening right here in Bakersfield. Demonstrations are set for Arvin, Delano, and downtown at Mill Creek Park, where 23 ABC's Alex Batres is. She's anchoring our team coverage of today's many May Day rallies. Alex, how's it going down there?
That's right, Jada. Thank you. I'm here live at Mill Creek Park in downtown Bakersfield, and that march happened at 10 a.m. Thousands of people, hundreds of people marching here for May Day, and May Day happening all nationwide this morning. But we're here at Mill Creek Park, and we're joined now by community organizer Chris Romo. You're with South Kern Soul,
yes.
So he helped to organize this event. So tell people at home, what is May Day? What are you guys fighting for?
So May Day started off as a workers' rights day, and today we wanted to advocate not just workers' rights, but also environmental rights, human rights, and we want to fight to stop all the inequalities happening here in our neighborhoods. So we brought all the community organizations together to help push all this hateful rhetoric out of our city, out of our county, out of our state, and out of our country.
And there's, young and old here. I've seen lots of parents here with their children. So you guys are calling for protests and march, but also a peaceful protest.
Yeah, we know that peaceful protest is the only way to make change. You can't fight fire with fire in this. We have to love our neighbors. If we're going to advocate for peace and justice, then we need to love our neighbors. And that's why we invited everyone, even if you don't agree with what we're saying, we want you to come out and just listen to what we have to say. And that's how we're going to fix our nation, is by listening to each other and coming together.
And a lot of the focus is on undocumented workers, undocumented immigrants, with President Trump trying to crack down on immigration policies. What do you have to say to those people watching at home that are part of that community and they're scared to come out?
So we know that Kern County has one of the highest populations of undocumented workers in the nation. They are the backbone of our nation, though. They are a key part of our economy and a key part of our workforce. Without them, our economy could fail. And so we want to tell them that they shouldn't be afraid of all this hateful rhetoric that's being said, of what the president's saying and what he proposes to do. Do not be afraid. We need to keep resisting, keep moving forward. We've been through worse as a nation, and we just need to remember to stay positive and always keep marching forward.
All right, thank you so much, Chris. And of course, that message here to stay positive. One of the speakers that spoke earlier was telling people here that you matter, your life matters. And now we're going to send it over to 23 ABC's James Johnson, who's standing by in Arvin with more on the protests happening there.
We've been talking about rallies happening all day throughout Kern County, and here in Arvin, the UFW, they're actually hosting their own rally right now. As you can see right behind me, we have at least 20 people out here holding signs and flags, just showing they're trying to bring attention to issues like immigration and health care. Now, these are two issues that are really big here in Kern County, especially in Arvin and Delano areas. Now, again, this is going to be happening throughout the day. I talked to one of the organizers just a little while ago, and she said from here, they're going to be out here kind of, again, this is a very busy area, is why they're actually on this corner, but they plan on going down to Mill Creek and joining forces with the May Day Resistance Committee as well. But again, they wanted just to be out here, get the word out with signs, and again, with their chants, kind of bringing attention to those two issues here in Kern County, that being immigration and healthcare. But we're going to toss things over to Alex, who's over in Mill Creek, again, with the May Day Resistance Committee.
Welcome back to 23 ABC, everyone. I'm Alex Batres here live at Mill Creek Park for the May Day March and Rally. There's still that march happening that took place starting at 10 a.m. People marching towards Truxton Avenue, towards the Liberty Bell there on Truxton, and then they make their way back here at Mill Creek. This march and rally here happening at Mill Creek until 3 p.m. this afternoon, so you can come out here and support people. It's part of International Workers' Day is what May Day is, but it's turned into something so much more this year. People here want rights for immigrants, they want rights for women, and they want rights for LGBTQ. I'm here now joined by Chris Romo, who was a part of this event. You helped to organize it, and another thing that you guys are fighting for is the right for health care. Tell me about that.
Yeah, that's one of the big issues we were fighting right now with this Trump care being proposed. We want to make sure that every person in the United States, whether documented or undocumented, has the right to affordable health care. And that's something that is guaranteed to all of us as human beings. Healthcare is not a luxury, it is a basic human right that we all deserve. And so we are really advocating for that today on May Day because that's just part of our society as America. We need to live healthier lives if we want to be a better nation.
And I've seen a lot of young people like yourself. You've been involved in politics since you were 15 years old. So how do you get other people like yourself involved in taking action?
Well, it's funny because we were talking earlier, and I did say I'm kind of a special case because I'm a nerd and I love politics. But for young people who just feel scared because their parents are undocumented or they're undocumented, and for young people who, like myself, would lose health care if Trump care was passed, you don't have to be afraid and be locked up in your room. What you need to do is come out to events like this. Go right to your senator, your congressman, your county supervisor, write letters, call, march, protest. Don't be afraid to get out there. I know it seems intimidating, but anyone and everyone is welcome to participate, and we need everyone and anyone if we want to make the change we hope to see in the world.
All right, thank you so much, Chris. And people making change here indeed, and also in Arvin, where another May Day event is happening there. We're going to send things over to 23 ABC's James Johnson.
Yeah, that's right, guys. We've been talking about May Day marches happening all across the United States, including right here in Kern County. Now, some of those marches, like you see, Alex, she's down at Mill Creek, and I'm here in Arvin, where that's just another one of those rallies and marches that are happening. And here, as you can see right behind me, we're here on Wheeler Ridge and David Road, where we have about 20 different people from the UFW actually rallying for May Day. You know, some of the signs saying no más deportes and si se puede. You know, they're really out here just trying to show, highlight different issues that affect this community. One of those being immigration. They're out here, you know, like the sign says, no más deportes. They don't want mass deportations of migrant workers. Another one of the signs say, we feed you. Again, that's what they're trying to highlight as well, is that, you know, these people, they're out here, they're working in the fields and things like that, and they just really want people to understand the hard work that they do. Again, we're going to be covering these different rallies and marches throughout the day on our website and on our mobile and tablet apps. I'm going to send things over to Jada back in the studio.
And now to the streets of Bakersfield, where people filled the streets today on May Day. They're marching and rallying for a number of issues, from immigration reform to health care. 17's Alex Fisher is joining us live from the end of the march at Mill Creek Park with the details. Alex.
Yeah, hundreds of people are out here resisting Donald Trump and his policies. You can see out here, you've got hundreds of people that are out here. They have finished their march, and now there's some music going on. There's other booths out here of people just talking and whatnot. The local May Day Resistance Committee called for folks to not go to work or school, not shop, and urged businesses to shut their doors. Now, this sounds familiar. That's because it is similar to a day without immigrants back in February. You can see video from earlier today. People crammed the sidewalks in downtown Bakersfield earlier today, holding signs with hashtags, with the hashtag resist, among other things. They marched from the Liberty Bell in front of the courthouse to here at Mill Creek Park. They are resisting Donald Trump's executive orders and anti-immigrant policies. The local May Day Resistance Committee calls for health care for everyone, immigration reform, and better pay and working conditions, among other issues.
For our community members who are undocumented here, you know, come here for this country, contribute to our economy, keep our agricultural economy strong, and our local economy strong. And, you know, a lot of those families are afraid, and so we're here to advocate on their behalf and to say that they don't stand alone, that we stand together.
It's very important for me and for my children. I want them to understand what resistance means, and I want them to learn, because that's something that we don't learn or nobody teaches.
Today is traditionally a day worldwide for marches supporting workers' rights. The first boycott was in 2006 and has grown each year since then. Now, although the march has ended here, there are people out here at Mill Creek Park. They're expected to be out here until 3 p.m. today, and the businesses that are shut down, they're expected to reopen tomorrow. Live in downtown Bakersfield, Alex Fisher, 17 News.
All right, thank you, Alex. And as he said, many businesses have closed their doors today as a sign of solidarity.
Vallarta shut it down, Mercado Latino shut it down, and countless other businesses shut their doors down today to support our community.
This is video of Vallarta Market, which has closed for the day. Martin's Meats, Mercado Latino, and several others have also reportedly closed their doors for the cause. People were urged not to go to work, not to send their kids to school, not to shop, and to close their businesses in hopes of spurring social change. Here at home, May Day rallies are being held for a variety of reasons. A peaceful march went through downtown Bakersfield this morning.
And Eyewitness News reporter Suzette Reynoso is with organizers now. Suzette explains how they're hoping to hold elected leaders accountable. Suzette, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tom and Hannah. I'm here live at Mill Creek Park, where hundreds of demonstrators just got back from marching throughout the streets of Bakersfield. I'm joined right now with one of the event organizers, Randy Villegas. Thank you for joining us. So tell me, what is this rally all about?
So this was an intersectional group effort put on by a lot of different organizations here in Kern. So we're talking labor unions, LGBTQ Bakersfield, various nonprofit organizations, and really just concerned citizens who wanted to come together in an act of resistance, against unjust policies. And we created a list of progressive demands for our community and for, our nation as well.
Can you maybe list a few of those demands, and who do you want to hear those demands?
Sure, definitely. So one of our demands is, as you can tell from my shirt, is healthcare for all, right? And so as of right now, there's a debate going on in California state legislature whether we should implement single-payer system, right? Include everybody in, nobody out. And so we strongly believe healthcare is a human right, and we're advocating for that today. And we hope our legislators hear us. Those are people like Rudy Salas, Vince Fong, and our state senators as well, like Andy Vidak. Another one of our demands is immigration reform with a path to citizenship, so our undocumented families and workers who contribute to this economy and sometimes live in the shadows can come out of the shadows and not be in fear, driving to the grocery store or dropping their kids off to school, or simply trying to live their life day to day. We want to remind everybody that a 9-digit social security number does not make somebody else more of a human being than somebody else.
So you encouraged people to not go to work, to not go to school. A lot of people are saying that's an act of civil disobedience. What do you have to say about that?
I would call it that. I would absolutely say we're committing an act of civil disobedience. And there's a strong point to that, right? When students don't show up to school or walk out of school, those school districts lose money. And we want to show the Kern High School District that we want protection for our undocumented students. Kern High School District is one of the only school districts, to my knowledge, in California who has not adopted some sort of sanctuary resolution or policy that says we will protect our students from ICE agents should they show up. And we want a sanctuary for our students where they can come and learn and be themselves regardless of their documentation status.
So there has been a lot of rallies going on. What makes this one different?
Absolutely. I think what makes this different is the community here, right? We're not just here for immigration reform. We're not just here for LGBTQ rights. We're not just here for, an end to mass incarceration. We're here to, for all those reasons and more. We have, various booths set out from the UFW foundations, self-help credit unions to help low-income workers. We have, building healthy communities in South Kern Seoul here. We're a very intersectional and a group commitment march, and we really want to show people that we're united and nobody stands alone.
So what's the next step? So right now a lot of the people were out taking to the streets. Now they're back at the park. What's the next step?
Absolutely. So in terms of our event right now, we're going to have more artists. We're going to have more speakers talking about, environmental justice, talking about healthcare for all, equality for women, and various different issues that are on our list of demands. We're also going to have some live artists, from Fresno. We have some artists here that are coming to perform. If you look over here, we also have, activities for the kids. We have a kids corner where they can do face painting. We're a very, very family-friendly environment. In terms of actions after this, we want to encourage people to, write your legislator, call your representatives, and let them know what we stand for and what we demand.
Well, thank you so much, Randy. Thank you. I appreciate your time as well. They will be here at Mill Creek Park until 3 o'clock this afternoon. We're going to stick around at 12:30 as well to give you more of the latest information. Until then, reporting live, Suzette Reynoso, Eyewitness News. We're here at Mill Creek. It looks like a celebration. It's a festival. There's a lot of music going on right now. But just a few minutes ago, people took to the streets of Bakersfield to let their voices be heard on a lot of different issues. May Day started off as a labor protest, and now it has evolved. We're joined today with one of the student organizers, Chris Romo. Thank you so much for joining us. Like we said, it evolved. What has it turned to today?
So like you said, it did start as a workers' rights movement day, but now it's just so much more than that. We know that our nation's facing a lot of homophobia, xenophobia, misogyny, and we just want to put a stop to that, and that's what this is all about, is uniting the community. And we know that we are stronger together, but we also, our differences unite us. And so we want to bring everyone from the community together and lift up our voices and advocate for health justice, social justice, racial justice, environmental justice. And that's why South Kern Seoul and a lot of community groups are coming together to do this today.
One of the biggest things that I've heard today was resist. What are you resisting? What are the people here resisting?
We're resisting hate, fear, just resisting everything that this administration is about. We want to promote peace and love, not hate and fear. For all those who are afraid to go out, they're afraid they're going to get deported, they're afraid to be hurt, don't be afraid anymore. We need to come out and resist together, because that's the only way we're going to defeat this hateful rhetoric, is by resisting.
Well, thank you so much, Chris, for your time. They're going to be sticking around here at Mill Creek Park until 3 o'clock today. Reporting live in Bakersfield, Suzette Reynoso, Eyewitness News. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Suzette.